a shot where you've got your face and also whatever's in front of you is hard. Hi, I'm Matilda. Welcome back to this little farm. I'm going to be repotting some indoor plants today. So I've got Calathea Fasciata and some cuttings of a Tradescantia tricolor. In my indoor plant tour, I talked about this one. I think I talked about it. It had some fungus in the pot, so I had it at work, and it was, I think, being watered by somebody else, or it was just maybe it was me. I'm not sure. But it was obviously staying too wet, and some fungus grew in the roots, and a bunch of leaves just like suddenly died. So last week I think I pruned it all back and took off all the dead leaves, and I also took some cuttings because some of the stems, after I took all the leaves off, were looking pretty empty. So I took some cuttings and I put them in water, and they actually rooted really quickly. So I'm going to put them in a little pot. I could put them back in the pot with the others because it's now, I repotted it into healthy soil and I rinsed off the roots and everything, so it should be okay. But I thought I might make a new pot of this plant so I can have one at home and one at work maybe. And this one, I picked it up to water it the other day. This one was also at work, and it got a little bit neglected while we were moving house and stuff. So I picked it up the other day to water it, and I could feel that the roots were pushing out on the pot. So I had a look at the roots, and it's not too root bound, but it is starting to get there, and it's got some pretty unhappy looking roots, but it's got some healthier looking ones, some like nice white ones, and the new leaf that's coming in looks pretty healthy. So I'm not going to mess around with it too much, even though I can see some gross roots and stuff. I'm just going to leave it, but I am going to put it into a slightly bigger terracotta pot to give it a little bit more space. So I'm going to do this one first, and I've just got this little nursery pot to put them in. It's probably a bit big, but my alternative was something like smaller than this, and I've got 2 more cuttings inside that are still rooting, so I didn't want to put it in a tiny thing. So we'll just do this. In here I've got some potting mix. It's just a bag of potting mix, and I put some perlite in it just to help drainage. So just filling most of the way to the top. And this one, I think I can see some new leaves coming at these nodes, but it's got roots all the way up to there, so I think I'm just gonna chuck it quite deep. One problem I often have with cuttings is that I don't put them far enough in the soil, and then they're not anchored, and they, even once the roots grow, they're kind of wobbly, and I don't love it. So this one's got some pretty good roots at those bottom 3 nodes as well, so I'm going to put them all the way in. Finger's not long enough. Since I repotted the mother plant of this there have been so many new leaves growing, so it was clearly not very happy, and it's thrilled to be in a nicer soil. So I only got 4 cuttings for now, which isn't going to fill it out immediately, but I've got 2 more that are like this kind of size, but they just haven't grown any roots yet, so I trimmed them back a little bit more, and I'll put them in once they're rooted. Top, and I'm obviously sitting outside right now, but I will water them in once I get back inside, or on my way back inside with the hose. While we were moving and really busy all the time, I wasn't paying very good attention to a lot of my plants. So now that I've got some at home and some at work, one of my jobs at work is going around and watering all the plants. So this one, let me see how it fits, because the base of this pot is wider than the base of the terracotta. Trim off some of these yucky roots. Ordinarily it's not the time that I would be repotting, but because I could feel the roots pushing out on the pot, I didn't want it to get super root bound. I'm just getting rid of some of the dirt from the top here. Alright, that should fit. The root ball is not sitting all the way at the bottom of the pot, it's sitting a little bit higher up, but that's alright. I'll just fill that bottom bit with some soil. So I'm just loosening really gently these roots so that they can fit down in the pot a bit better, so I can get the plant further down in the pot. Lovely. So this soil level will go down a little bit when I water. But yeah, it's 2 little plants. This one looks a bit sad, but it will fill out. Just judging by how quickly the roots developed on the cuttings, which was like a week, and that some of them got like that long. And the way that the mother plant has bounced back from after being repotted from all that fungus, I'm expecting that it'll grow pretty quickly, even though it's winter here.